Imagine checking your bank account tomorrow morning and seeing a balance that blows your mind. $1 million sitting right there in cash. You think it's a glitch, but then your phone lights up with messages from friends, family, and coworkers. Everyone has received the exact same thing. A mysterious global initiative or an extreme government experiment has just deposited $1 million into the bank account of every single adult on Earth. In the first few hours, the world experiences a wave of pure euphoria. Decades of financial anxiety, student loans, mortgages, and credit card debt are wiped out in a single second. Millions of people instantly realize they never have to work a job they hate ever again. But while this sounds like the ultimate eradication of poverty, this sudden injection of trillions of dollars into the global economy would trigger a financial catastrophe unlike anything humanity has ever seen. Within 48 hours, the very definition of wealth would dissolve, and your $1 million would quickly become worth less than the paper it's printed on. This is the step-by-step timeline of what would actually happen if everyone became a millionaire overnight. The immediate reaction, happening within the first 24 hours, would be the Great Resignation. Think about the people who keep society running: grocery store clerks, truck drivers, garbage collectors, factory workers, and power plant operators. Many of these individuals work demanding, low-wage jobs out of financial necessity. With $1 million in their accounts, a massive percentage of the global workforce walks out the door. Why show up for an 8-hour shift stocking shelves when you are officially a millionaire? By day 2, this sudden labor vacuum paralyzes the world. You decide to celebrate your new wealth by going out to a high-end restaurant or buying a luxury car. But when you get to the dealership, the doors are locked. The salesman quit. You try to order food, but the restaurants are closed because the chefs and waiters stayed home. Even worse, supply chains instantly snap. There are no truck drivers to deliver food to supermarkets, no workers to process meat, and no farmers harvesting crops. Within 48 hours, grocery store shelves are completely emptied as people panic. Buy everything left, but there is no one arriving to restock them. By week 1, the laws of supply and demand catch up with the global market, unleashing hyperinflation at a terrifying speed. Money itself has no intrinsic value. It is simply a tool we use to trade for limited resources, goods, and labor. Yesterday, a loaf of bread cost $3 because bread was plentiful and money was relatively scarce. Today, everyone has $1 million, but the amount of bread available hasn't increased. In fact, it has drastically decreased because the bakeries shut down. If you go to a local farmer to buy the last remaining crate of eggs, you aren't the only millionaire in line. The person next to you offers $100. The person behind them offers $10,000. Within days, the price of basic goods skyrockets to match the massive amount of cash in circulation. A gallon of milk becomes worth $50,000. A tank of gas costs $100,000. Your $1 million, which felt like an infinite fortune last week, is suddenly barely enough to buy groceries for a single month. By month 3, the global financial architecture completely collapses. The value of traditional currency is entirely based on trust. When prices change by thousands of percent every day, money loses its function as a reliable store of value. Central banks try to intervene by raising interest rates to historic highs, but it is too late. The dollar, the euro, the yen, and every fiat currency on Earth become completely worthless. Paper money is literally treated as trash, piled up on streets, or used as fuel for fires, echoing the historic hyperinflation of Weimar Germany or modern Zimbabwe, but on a global scale. This triggers a dark realization for anyone who had money saved before the disaster. If you spent your entire life working hard, saving up $500,000 for retirement, your life savings have been completely vaporized. You are now just as poor as someone who had $0 because the purchasing power of your cash has been diluted to nothing. The middle class is entirely wiped out. 1 year later, society is forced to rebuild from the ashes of the monetary system. Because cash is dead, the global economy shifts to a hard asset and barter system. Real wealth is no longer measured by numbers on a screen, but by tangible items that people actually need to survive. The new elites are not hedge fund managers or tech billionaires, but people who own arable land, clean water sources, livestock, seeds, and physical commodities like fuel and medicine. If you want to buy something, you don't hand over a stack of bills or a credit card. You trade a pair of shoes for a basket of vegetables, or you offer your physical labor for a day in exchange for a warm meal. humanity is forced into a much simpler, harsher, and localized way of living. Ultimately, this thought experiment reveals the deepest illusion of modern finance. Wealth is not about how much money you have. True wealth is the collective productivity, labor, and goods produced by society. Money is just the oil that keeps that machine running. If you give everyone money without increasing the actual amount of goods and services being produced, you don't create wealth, you just destroy the value of the money itself. True economic progress cannot be printed or distributed through a banking app. It has to be built through innovation, hard work, and infrastructure. So the next time you wish for a lottery win or a massive government handout for everyone, remember that a world where everyone is a millionaire is a world where no one is. What economic paradox should we break down next? Let me know in the comments below, hit that subscribe button, and as always, thanks for watching.